So why learn OpenCV in Python? Well, Python is becoming more and more popular, and that's because it's one of the easiest languages for beginners. It allows us to focus on building complex computer vision apps without being bogged down by the intricacies of the language itself. And I'm looking at you, C++. However, Python is still extremely powerful, especially for data science and machine learning applications, which are an essential part of the computer vision world. Finally, it allows us to store images in NumPy arrays, which allows us to do some very powerful operations quite easily. So let's take a quick look at exactly what you'll be learning on this course. So firstly, given the current state of computer vision, I try to give you an excellent foundation that exposes you to all key areas of computer vision. We start off by doing the basics, where we get into some simple image manipulations and segmentation. We then implement some basic object detection, followed by face detection and car and people detection as well. We then take a look at face analysis and filters. After that, we go into some basic machine learning in computer vision, and then we get into some more motion analysis and object tracking. I've also included a short mini project based on computational photography. And then we wrap up the course where I give you some advice and resources on how to become an expert in computer vision. I also show you some of the latest research areas and also give you some very cool startup ideas that involve computer vision. And best of all, in this course, you get to implement almost 50 different computer vision exercises and implement 12 very fun mini projects. So it should come as no surprise that this is a very practical course where we're going to spend more than half our time coding. However, before we dive into the code, I always teach the theory first beforehand, unless I'm using the code to actually teach that topic as well. And the code is always explained line by line, except in cases where it becomes a bit redundant or the theory at hand is a bit too complex for the scope of this course. So I may have mentioned 12 mini projects before. So what exactly are these mini projects? Let's take a look. So here they are in all their glory, all 12 mini projects on one slide. So firstly, you're getting to make an awesome live sketch of yourself using our webcam. We then get to implement a simple shape matching project followed by an app that actually counts the number of circles and ellipses in an image. We then move on to our Finding Waldo project, followed by a simple object detection project. You then get to implement face, pedestrian, and car detection. After that, you get to implement a very cool live face swapping app here, where you can place Donald Trump or Kim Kardashian's or anyone else's face over yours in real time. And then we implement a simple yawn detection app, after which you get to make a basic machine learning app that actually understands handwritten digits. This is then followed by a face recognition app, and you then get to implement a simple ball tracking app. And I know this isn't a ball, it's actually a clock. I couldn't find my ball, but that's okay. And lastly, we get to do a simple photo restoration app where you can remove this line from this photo right here. So you're definitely getting a lot of practical experience making computer vision applications, so I really hope you enjoy doing these projects. So the requirements for this course are actually pretty low. Basic programming would actually be very helpful, as well as exposure to NumPy. However, it's not needed as I actually go through the code line by line. Secondly, a high school level math would actually be very good to have to appreciate some of the high level concepts that we're implementing. And also you need to have a webcam to implement a lot of our mini projects as well as some of the example code. Now we're going to install Python and OpenCV right after in the next section. However, I'll just point out that I use the Anaconda package installation, and that allows me to use Python notebooks, which are excellent for teaching, since it allows us to use and run code in code blocks. Now there is some unfortunate news regarding the latest version of OpenCV, which is 3.1. It unfortunately no longer supports some important functions such as sift and surf, which are used for object detection. So I would recommend you install 2.413 instead. However, that said, there are some object tracking techniques that aren't supported in 2.413. So depending on what's your priority, you can choose which version you would like to install accordingly. So who exactly is this course for? Well, I've designed this course to suit a wide number of people, starting from beginners who just have an interest in computer vision, or even software developers and engineers looking to strengthen their job skills, as well as college and university students looking to get a head start in computer vision projects and research, Also startup founders who wish to utilize some sort of computer vision component to their companies, and finally hobbyists who just want to build some fun computer vision project using a Raspberry Pi perhaps. So let's begin our exciting journey into the world of computer vision using OpenCV in Python.